Alright, okay. So, good afternoon again to each and everybody, no? So, this is our lesson 4. We are now on week 4, lesson 4 for this week, no? So, I want you guys to listen this because this is about the continuation of my discussion for last week, the lesson 3. So, for today, it's lesson 4. So, our lesson 4 topic is all about the clientele and the audiences of counseling. First, we characterize the clientele or the audiences in social science or in applied social science as an individual and group of people who receive service from various counseling professions that constitute of clientele and audiences. So when I say that, no, these refers to a specific group of person o yung mga grupo ng tao na nangangailangan ng service nga. For example, no, students, these are group of people. You, this refers to individual. Individual who needs counseling service, di ba? Like for today, because we are encountering COVID-19, we are encountering mental issues, depression, di ba? Maraming nawalan ng trabaho, maraming nagugutom. That's why social work and continuous communication with our co-individual is needed, di ba? The characteristics of our respondents must be, pag sinabi natin characteristics, so meron tayong mga category. Letter A, i-highlight ko, neurotic. Okay, when we say neurotic, this is a long-term tendency to be in a negative emotional state. Example, sad, guilty, worry, fear, and etc. So, when I say that, ito yung it is simply means that a certain individual or a group of people is experiencing depressions, no, or anxiety. So, depression, sobrang nalulungkot, sobrang nagigilty, worry, halimbawa, no, bumagsak sila, nakaramdam sila ng matinding depression, sobrang kalungkutan, or nagkaroon sila ng love life issue, di ba? Nafe-feel nila yan emotionally. Kasi, applied social science is about knowing your emotional feelings or emotional behavior. Next, we have another, what do you call this? Another clientele, no? Ang pangalan niya is psychotic. Psychotic are several mental disorders. So, this is considered as severe mental disorder. So, this is considered as severe malalang mental disorder with reality of abnormal thinking and hallucination. Pag ang isang tao daw nag-hallucinate, medyo parang nawawala na siya sa mundo, ang tawag daw sa kanya ay psychotic. No? Okay, next, i-highlight ko. Personality disorder. So, it involves long-term pattern of unhealthy and inflexible thoughts and behavior. So, sabi dito, no, long-term pattern of unhealthy and inflexible thoughts behavior. Ibig sabihin, pangmatagalang gamutan, hindi siya katulad ng neurotic, no? Kumbaga, tawag dito, inborn na meron na siyang ganon, meron siyang mental disability. Ang tawag doon ay personality disorder. Next. Need of clients and audiences. Okay, so what are the following needs? First, be genuinely engaged in therapeutic claim. So, what does it mean? So, kailangan lagi siyang nagte-therapy. Next, have an unconditional positive regards for the client. So, dapat meron kayong mga positive thoughts, positive communications ng kliyente mo. So, you don't have to tell his negative condition para hindi naman siya ma-demote, para hindi naman siya makaramdam ng kalungkutan. Next, feel empathy for the client. So, you have to feel that the client will feel comfortable with you para ilabas niya yung mga hinanain niya at saka yung mga problema niya sa buhay. Number 4, clearly communicate this attitude. So, you have to clearly communicate with your client. Okay, next we Next, we have type of clientele and audiences. So, these are the following type of people that we will encounter in social work. First, people who abuse drugs. So, these are the drug users. O, example nito, yung mga nakalaya, tapos ang kaso nila, drugs, no? Next, people who abuse tobacco. Next, people who abuse alcohol. So, ito yung mga people who uses or who's drinking alcohol excessively. Women, 'di ba? Older adults like senior citizens. Bakit kasali ang senior citizens? Because habang tumatanda ang tao, nagbabago yung kanyang emotional attitude. People with AIDS, ito na yung mga people with deeper depression because of their illness. Victims of abuse, no? We also have gay men and lesbian women. Bakit kasama ang gay men and lesbian women? Because these are the first people who has been discriminated always by our community. Need of clientele and audiences. First, we have be genuinely engaged in therapeutic claims. Sorry. Next, individual clients of counseling. So, this is the most common type of counseling. Most common siya kasi kailangan lang ng isang taong respondents or kailangan lang ng isa nating kliyente or who is considered individual. Pwedeng nanay siya, pwedeng tatay siya, pwedeng lola siya, pwedeng lolo siya, or pwedeng kapitbahay mo siya or kaibigan mo, or pwedeng ikaw. Next, individual needs capacitation. So, individual needs capacitation in sharing his or her thoughts, problem, and grievances. And then it includes those who need help in managing a life-changing situation, like personal problem or crisis. So, these are the people or individual who is in need of someone who can talk to para maibsan yung depression nila. Next, group and organization as client and counseling. So, it consists of between 5 to 8 people. Usually, it is 5 to 8 people. So, ano yung 5 to 8 people? So, we consider a group of people na group talaga sila pag 5 or more than that. Next, to avoid loneliness, isolation of client's problem. So, sharing of thoughts and problem, no? Kadalasan yan na nangyayari kapag group counseling. Costless, kasi kapag marami kayo, konti lang yung babayaran ninyo sa counselor. And then, share experiences. So, mas masaya siya kasi everybody can share their own experience and from them we can learn something, no? Upon sharing their, experiences, kung how they cope up with that, diba? So, usually group counseling happen through yung matatawag nating social work, no? Social work pero sa community siya. Or group counseling, kadalasan nangyayari yan kapag may group ka ng specific target of people. Like for example, drug users, ganun. Tapos, i-group counseling mo sila para, i-analyze mo, i-assess mo yung mga needs nila. Maybe, may problema sila sa pamilya, sa finances, sa husband and wife, sa children, sa parents, diba? Kaya, nag-lead sila sa ganong mga problems or situation. Next, we have the need of clientele and audiences. So, what are their needs? Be genuinely engaged in therapeutic claim. Sorry, babalik tayo. Next, the community as client of counseling. Generally conducted to prevent problem and assist in setting prevention program in different communities. It is a form of counseling in which different counselors work with families, individual, couple, and also communities in one way or another. So, what does it mean? So community client counseling, no? We are working with the whole community. For example, with the whole Caloocan City, no, or the Caloocan City government will conduct mental health seminar for barangay 1 to 72 or 1 to 100. And upon that, no, tutulungan din sila ng mga livelihood program for them to ease their depression. Kasi karamihan sa kanila ngayon, dahil COVID-19, nawala ng trabaho, di ba? Or, sa mga estudyante, that's why we have, ICL. So, this is community and group quarantine, group counseling also. Wherein, we are conducting this kind of counseling to know and thought what is right and what is wrong. But how also they can live their life happily and peacefully, and in order for them to satisfy their, daily life. Babalik tayo. So that's all for this afternoon. Thank you, and I wish that you will finish our week 4. What you need to answer is the module 4, the pre-test, activity 1, activity 2, and then the post-test. Thank you, and see you again next week.